Hi folks, thanks for joining me again. This is a little solo from the Nutcracker. You may know what it is if you've seen the Nutcracker, because this is a cool little solo in the middle of the ballet. I'm just going to go ahead and play it for you and then give you a few ideas, since this occasionally is on auditions. So here goes. Okay, see, that goes by pretty quick. This is the kind of thing that, I've played a little bit with the ballet, not nearly as much as some of my colleagues in the Boston area, who play, 40 plus shows a year, usually. With COVID, that was kind of difficult, but I think things are coming back now. So I have tremendous respect and admiration for the people that go in every night and just nail it. In other words, it's not just playing correctly. They're bringing life. They're bringing the music to life. And this is a plug for live music. There's a lot of great recordings out there, and recordings are fantastic. I mean, you're listening to one now, right? So I'm not prejudiced against recordings, but it's totally different than live. And live, you have to bring your human energy and focus it and put your idea and your spirit and your intention into that music and throw it out into the hall. From the pit, in this case, which is a little bit more difficult than when you're on stage. So what are some things you need to be aware of? Some of the ingredients are pretty straightforward. It says allegro brillante, so brilliant. Okay, where does that come from? It comes a lot from the articulation. So again, what I do is something like this, is I practice the articulation until I can get it to sound and feel with the same kind of emotional energy that it should have, that I'm imagining for it. So keep in mind, this is dance music. It's ballet music. And in dance, there's a sense of lift. And that's a big, big part of the way it feels. When you watch someone leap, and they're suspended in the air. It's like a great basketball player, right? Only with that same kind of grace and that same kind of line that's there. So somehow we want to convey that with the sound. So right at the beginning, yes, I work on the articulation until it sounds the way I want. So you see how much gesture there is in there. And that's what makes it fun. Now, don't get me wrong, I realize this is not all that easy to do on the trumpet. And when I played this for some of my students, I'll get comments like, but you're not playing it evenly. And that's because apparently they don't understand that da 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 doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much. It's this feeling of 1, 2, 3, 1, ba ba da da, not da 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 ba 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 da da da. Elevated, lifting, and then back down again. I grew up skiing. My dad got interested in it. Our next door neighbor was or across the street neighbor was in the 10th Mountain Division in World War II, and he was a wonderful skier, beautiful skier. And he decided to start this little ski area, and we got involved very early on. So from the time when I was about 5 years old, I skied. Now, I don't ski anymore, but I remember the feeling, and every time I do get a chance to go skiing again, it's like, oh yeah, that's why people pay big money and drive long distances and wear themselves out physically during the day, because there's such a wonderful feeling of flying. And that's what you're trying to evoke here. Now, in order to do that, you have to have the technical skills. So this is a work in progress for most of us, but use your imagination, because when you're envisioning something happening with the music, 1, 2, 3, 1, pa, pa, da, 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 See, there's a sense of direction. It's not da 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 da. There's a direction. Something else to listen for, and a lot of people fail to listen for this. They fail to hear it, so I'm drawing your attention to it right now. I'm going to play it differently, and I'm pretty sure you're going to hear it. It's a pretty obvious difference. So I'm playing the quarter notes long. They have a different shape. Now, rhythmically, they were the same. Notes have a different shape. This is what you want to listen for. Now, I've got to make a decision. You hear how I'm thinking about it? The staccato notes, the eighth notes, are just a gesture that reinforces that sense of, you see the lift? It's not straight, it's not square, it swings, right? It swings. And then you have other elements, but that's, I mean, this is pretty simple. A lot of people have trouble with and that's because going from the upper register down, you know, above the staff up to the B flat concert and down to the bottom of the staff is a challenging physical skill on the trumpet. And so that has to be mastered. So I just take these things apart. I would play that. Here's a suggestion. Some of you may like it, some of you may not, but I found it to be very valuable, if sometimes frustrating to execute. I would go ahead and play this in all keys by ear, not looking at it and transposing it, which is fine. That's a different kind of skill. It's a visual mental skill. I want you to use an oral mental skill. Transpose it. So I just played it a step up. I just played it a step down. Or a half step down from where it's written. So move this around. Now, if you have to kind of pick it out, you know, go step by step until you hear it, this is really, really good exercise, because the musical arts is a hearing art. It's oral, and you need to be really, really stimulating, challenging your ears to hear this stuff. Hirsa told all his students to play everything in all keys by ear. So I'm just passing that tip along to you. Most people don't do it. They'll play the same thing over again in the same key, over and over again, and it gets a little stale. Another thing I like to do, and you might try this at some point, is I'll just play it on all different trumpets. Now, I realize many of you don't have a lot of different trumpets, but if you're an orchestra player, you might have a D, E flat, for example. You definitely would have a C, and you have your B flat. And so you can take those three instruments and play it where it's written on all those three instruments, or transpose it, and they all feel different. So this is assuming you're getting bored and you haven't got enough challenge working out the details to get it to sound the way you want. That's the starting point. Okay, see this short little solo and how much is in it. Every time you work on something like this, you're playing and you improve some of the ingredients, your playing gets better. So I strongly recommend you to enjoy that process of working through. And don't think it's about passing a test or achieving a goal. Our goal is never fully achieved because it's about life. We're just passing on the songs. So go do your work, enjoy the process, and pass on your songs. I'll see you later on. Bye-bye.